Okay, this. I'm. I'm not even going to try and explain this play. Alright, yeah, I'll try to. I mean, you can watch it, but. Uh. You know what? Let's just play it. This will make you go, huh? Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. Do 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 do. Okay, so guy gets a well, not an inside the park home run. There was only one error on the play. The miscue was apparently not an error. Regardless, this is going to be an earned run versus unearned run discussion. And sorry if I mess up the camera here. This is on the Vita. Okay, first of all, disregard the funny way that this ball blows over here. The wind is going 47 miles per hour. I've never seen this before. It was quite an anomaly. Anyway, so, okay. He hits the ball up in the air, right? Pop up. My third baseman, Mike Aviles, does this dance, and I was controlling him. Problem was with this wind is he wasn't on screen. It showed where the ball was, and it didn't show where the landing target was. So he does this and misses it. Anyway, so that's called a hit, right? And this runner, right here, he decides to go to second, and I'm not sure what happened with me. I think I stopped paying attention or something, and I just... I sailed it, right? Alright, so I overthrow it, and he goes around. Let's get him. He goes around and he scores. Sorry about this. Anyway, so he scores. Earned runs versus unearned runs. Now, there was a throwing error which allowed him to score from second base. Okay. The other run, the other misplay in eventuality was not an error, so that shouldn't really count for or against a pitcher in any other way other than this guy should be given a double. And in fact, I think he was given a double, and I'll check it out in 1 second. But there was a throwing error when he was on second base. Okay. Now, the way that earned runs are charted for a pitcher is it's only when a run scores when he should have scored. Okay. Now I'm winning this game 2-1. He just scored this. Mike Minor, 5.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. That was that runner who just crossed home plate. Now, there was a throwing error. That's what that 1 is for right there. That was the pitcher's throwing error, in fact, Mike Minor, right there. You can see it. This should not be an earned run. Now, that is not to say this run can't be earned later, okay? The way that this works, and again, I'll try and explain it as best as possible here. Let me go back to replay. Is this home run was just given up or whatever, okay? The throwing error was made when the runner was on second. Okay, if there was not a throwing error, he would still be on second base. Okay, so that is the situation that you want to drop. So you can see it right there. He should be on second. I don't know what I did, so I threw it away, right? So he scores. So the way you chart earned runs is you say, what would have happened had he not made the error? Okay. Now, he made the error, and since he did, the runner scored. Had he not made the error, this runner would be on second base. Okay. Because this runner would not have scored had this error occurred, the run is unearned. Now, what you do to determine whether this run should be earned or not later is you recreate this inning with that runner on second base. You recreate this inning as if the error never occurred. And I'm not going to try and play this as my franchise, so I won't hold on to the camera and play at the same time, but let's say that this batter here, is this Morse? Yeah. Alright, let's say that Morse doubles. Okay. If he doubles, then a runner who was on second would have scored. Right? It's almost a guarantee. He would have scored. So what do? Now you give the pitcher an earned run. Okay, because what you do is you say, okay, had it not been for the error, he would have been on second base. But because of a double, regardless whether, he would have thrown from the windup versus the stretch, and his mentality would have been different. That doesn't matter. You try and do as best as possible given the situation at hand. I mean, you don't just keep the run unearned because he should be on second base, and that would be kind of unfair. It would be like a pitcher cheating to keep his ERA low. Okay, but let's say that Morse strikes out. Okay, let's say that Morse strikes out and the next batter strikes out as well, or flies out. Right, he gets out, and that runner's left stranded on second base. Well, then that run remains unearned. Okay, so once again, this box score here should show Minor with 1 run and 0 earned. At the moment, it's 1 and 1. The only reason this should change to 1 earned, again, is if sometime during this inning, Washington's offense does something so that he should have scored, I guess. And as a scorekeeper, you kind of have to recreate the inning, taking the error out of the situation and saying, okay, what would have he done? And you always give the pitcher the benefit of the doubt. So if Morse, bullets a single, to right field, you keep that runner on third base, for instance. You don't say, oh, well, he probably would have scored. If you think he had a chance of not scoring, you keep him on a close bag. And you never say something like, oh, he assume he went home and he got thrown out, or something like that. Anyway, so that's a little discussion on that, because the show definitely gets this aspect of the game wrong. There are other parts of it as well, other assumptions to make and other examples I can show. Another quick one that I want to talk about is a passed ball. A wild pitch. Okay, let's say that a runner's on third base, okay, and a pitcher throws a wild pitch. I don't really know what to show here, I'm just showing this game. Anyway, a pitcher throws a wild pitch and the runner crosses home plate. Okay, that's an earned run. If a pitcher throws a passed ball, I don't really know what to show you. If a pitcher throws a passed ball, well, if the catcher commits a passed ball and the runner scores, it is not an earned run. What you do is you say, where would the runner be had the passed ball not occurred? Well, he would be on third base, so you recreate the inning from there. So it's unearned currently, but then if the batter gets a base hit or hits a deep enough fly ball that would have been a sac fly, well, then you say that the run would have scored, and then you make the run earned. Okay, so I hope this discussion made a little bit of sense. Sorry that I'm not really showing anything. I don't have this on a tripod. So if you have any other comments to say or any other examples you want to know of, let me know in the comments, or talk to me about it. And I'll try and do the best I can to help explain it. Alright, see ya.